Morning. What's up? I gotta get to work. I got my coffee, got my list of things to do. And all you have to do is eat grass and trip me up. Well, I don't know what to say. I'm just standing here, an idiot. Okay. Hang on. Oh, camera guy. I'm gonna have to feed this cat so he's not meowing at the door, and then we'll go inside and see what kind of work that we have to do. I'm glad you're here with me, and Louie, the evicted cat. If you weren't a cat, it'd be fine, but cats do cat things. Crawl on, shiny paint and hack up hairballs in places they shouldn't, and bring half-dead baby bunny rabbits in and leave them in the shop to rot, Not that that's ever happened, right, Louie? Never. He would never admit to any of that, but I know what the true story is, because I'm the one that had to find it and clean it up. Okay, let's get you some food. I'll see you in the shop. Yeah, you know what you did. Hey there. We have lights. It's not free, but, we've got lights. You don't have to be waiting in the dark. I know. Look at this beautiful blue. I think that's what we're going to start with today, is the blue. Now that the little baby tiger has been fed, I don't know why I need to feed him. He's been dragging around, not to get too graphic, but helpless baby animals. Whatever, that's cats. Again, cats do what cats do. So, yeah, we're going to do some plumbing under the hood. Well, actually, we'll not be under the hood. We'll be in the engine bay because there is no hood. Speaking of, I can't really wait to see the other fender and the hood on. Even though the car is completely not complete, it would just be cool. So, getting ahead of myself though, we're not even close to being ready to do that yet. We're going to also jump in on the Roadrunner today. Get as far as we can, kind of look things over and order the parts that we need and look at the parts that we have and yada yada blah blah blah. Maybe I'll let you do the inventory, or I don't know. I'm trying to get you involved here. That's all I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. I like to have you hanging around. I don't ever think about it. But having a sense of accomplishment is part of the joy of life, the joy of work. So, but you can go home and work on your own project and get that sense that you need. Okay, let's get to it. Obviously, I have coffee to finish, and then we'll jump in. So grab yourself a cup. Let's get busy. are those ear clamps. I don't know if you can see that. And this is for the AC line system. They kind of have them clipped in together to get the spacing right. And I've already got one on here. So this is the crimping tool. It's a ratcheting tool. They also, it's got like plates on the side so you keep it in there and it doesn't slip out. They also make a basic style tool, which is this. It's just the same thing, it's just not ratcheting. The ratchets help because then you can stop at any point, get a better grip or whatever, and it stays clamped. So, basically, the fitting that this is on is like, it has an end like this. So the hoses fit onto there, just slides on. This is a number 10 hose. And then you just stick it on there. It has a little tab that just helps you keep it where it's supposed to be. Okay, started ratcheting. Then it has a place at which it stops ratcheting. Right there, and that's where you stop. Then you grab this one, and you do the same thing. Just like that. And then there's your clamp. You've just made an AC line with a fitting and a hose. It's genius. And you can do that with oil lines. I did it with my low pressure lines on my power steering, fuel lines, all kinds of things. It's a great, great system. Well, I think I am going to jump in the Roadrunner, do a little test drive. The owner wanted me to drive it, keeping in mind all the things he wanted done, just to get my opinion, what I felt, what I thought. We may be doing some window seals, so, you know, see where the wind noise might be coming from and all of that. And also, since I'm replacing the clutch, or planning to, I'd like to see what the pedal feel is and all that kind of stuff. So thought you might like a ride. Like to come along, you know? It's not every day you get to ride in a Roadrunner. So, yeah, I'm forgetting everything. I don't even have my wallet with me, but that's fine. It's gonna be okay. So, no problem. One of the issues that I'm going to look at is the stuff inside the door. We've got some stress cracks here, and there's things obviously happening that I just am going to check into for him. So, okay. Roll the window down. You got to drive with the windows down, always. Okay, so clutch in. Okay. Well, fires right up. There you go. A little tack there. Looks like, let's see, he mentioned too that his fuel gauge got a good oil pressure. We'll let it warm up a little bit. His fuel gauge isn't 100% accurate, so we'll for sure be running out of fuel. That'll be fun. All right. I've never seen one of these before. So this, of course, is your factory style radio. I have never seen one of these in my life. It's like a box, hard metal, mounted under the dash with all of the sound stuff in it. There's an amp here, but it's in such a way that it could be removed from the car with no harm to cutting up the dash. You know, I mean, this is like some old school stuff going on right here. All right. Let's see, I don't know if will break. Ah, there we go. Oh, check that out. It has a reverse light. Works if you press it hard in reverse. Pretty sweet. Oh yeah, the pedal, it doesn't even let go till you're almost at the top. I will say the engine's running really nice. It's not even pretending to stall. I can let out park clutch backing up and it just takes it. It's a pretty tall reverse gear, I will say. Yeah, it's way at the top. Okay. Well, I'm going to do some driving here with both hands, and I'll let you know what I come up with. Old cars are so terrible. And I love them so much. I'm just telling you, they just drive awful. They're not comfortable, and they're perfect. Oh man, I just loved it. So it definitely, the throwout bearing's gone, the clutch is gone, and the brakes, well, are from 1969. So I think, if I can figure out, okay, there we go. I think his desire for disc brake conversion and a new clutch makes perfect sense. So, yeah, I'll look at my list over there. I think I'm going to get this up on the lift and examine it just a little bit to see kind of what I'm working with here. Oh, actually, before I do that, I need to open up the trunk because there's some parts in the trunk that I should probably get out before I let me get the keys. Before I do anything. I don't want it up on the lift and then I've got stuff in the trunk. How does this, oh, you always do it the first way, the wrong way. Okay, so throw the keys back in here. All right. So we've got shocks, okay. Well, I just wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for this. Hey there, how are you doing? Never mind, I already know. We'll get to you in a minute. I know, we'll get to you in a minute. So let me I'm just gonna set this here as a temporary table. Shocks. More shocks. And, ooh, this is a heavy, what does it say? Mopar caliper kit. Mopar rotor and line kit. Ooh, yeah. Talking about, what is this? I can't read that. Let me carry it. And I'll look at it in a minute. See what it is. Excuse me. Ah. This master cylinder was bought a long time ago. Got some rust going on there. But we'll take it apart, just double check it all. Maybe it's been riding in the trunk for a while. It's hard to say. Look at that spare tire. Okay. Okay, so I only have one hand because the other hand's the camera guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the rest of this out and kind of look through it. Okay. Wow. Oh man, definitely brakes in here. What do we got? Right Stuff detailing, backing plate. Oh, look at that, it's a backing plate. This looks like a complete technical support. We want your conversion to go smoothly. There we go. Ooh, we've got, oh yeah. This is good. This should do the job. Excited. Oh, this car probably would have been faster on the test drive if I'd have taken this stuff out of the trunk first. because it's heavy. More shocks. This stuff was bought a long time ago for this project, so I don't even know what this is. What is this? Oh, it's a sway bar. Powder coated. Yep, we need that. Okay. What else? Nothing? Got a little trim piece here that he kind of maybe wanted replaced, but I'm not worrying about that right now. Trunk looks to be in decent shape, you know. Got a little surfacey rust on top of the, you know, trunk paint, but nothing terrible. Looks actually very solid. Very pleasing to look at. This car, and I mean, it's a Mopar, so it's worth at least 150% more than any other car that was built in 1969. For some reason. Okay, there, by the way, why are you standing way over there? I feel like I'm having to shout across the room. Why don't you come over here? It's okay, you don't have to get too close. You can, that's fine. We don't have to like hug or anything. I was just saying, you know, they're not better cars than any other car built in 1969. Well, I mean, Mr.E is a 1969. This wasn't built to a higher standard than that car. But if you take a driver 69 Chevelle and a driver 69 Roadrunner, the Roadrunner is going to be more expensive. So I don't know why, because the 69 Chevelle is actually pretty popular too. So, you know, it just has to do with how many people want one. There's only so many of them, and then there's this many people, and if more people want them, the price goes up. I don't make the rules. If I did, oh, I just untied my shoe by stepping on it. If I made the rules, I'd have shorter shoelaces. Okay. I don't know. Didn't make any sense. Not even in my head. All right. That's it. I just figured, you know, we'd kind of take a little mini dive into the Roadrunner. And I'm just going to piddle around with it a little bit. Try to get acclimated, you know, become friends, or at least close acquaintances, you know, and do the thing with the thing there. So, all right, here we go. Well, we had a battle royale over here. You know, Roadrunner can be tricky. I'm just saying. Okay, well, let's just go and look at what's what. This side came off as you might expect. You know, these large bolts here, a lot of corrosion, but you know, they were able to be hammered out without too much drama. The new shock went in, of course, fine, no problems there. I don't have the upper ball joint, so I had to order that. The boot was cracked, and I'm here, let's do it. I'm not going to replace the lower ball joint. This rubber actually looks pretty good, and to do that, you have to replace this piece, and then the tie rod end. If you have that out, well, let's just replace that, and then you just keep on going. But there's really no need to. Replacing this after the fact, if the boot goes bad, it's not a terrible job. So I'm going to leave that one because I think it's okay. Same on the other side. I think the other side is also okay. The boot doesn't look cracked or anything. And the top one actually fought me. I mean, I don't know if you can tell just by looking at it, but you know, if you compare the two, one of them fought me and the other one didn't. So I'll just let you decide which one is which on that. So it looks like the sway bar ends have been done, I don't know, recently, but it doesn't look bad. And it looks like, you know, there's something living in here. So I just won't bother him. Well, oh, I don't know. Anyway, there was a spider living in the brakes over here. So he got evicted. And other than that, pretty drama-free. This, you know, these can notoriously get rusty and then twist off, and then you have to replace this whole line and everything. This line has obviously been, you know, if this hose has been replaced for the past, I don't know, what's 69, what's, you know, 2004 minus 69, well, that wouldn't work either. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Lots of years of changing hoses, and it's a little messed up, but it spun free, and it's perfectly serviceable. So we are going to reuse that and not replace parts that don't need to be replaced, but we are replacing parts if they're on the edge or need to be replaced because we're in here, we're doing that. So yeah, you could just give the car a whole new front end, complete, but if it doesn't need it, what, you know, I drove the car, drove fine. So I'm waiting on those to come in. Once those come in, we can start assembling all of these parts over here. We've got rotors and bearings and seals and spindles and all kinds of fun stuff that we will start bolting up once those upper ball joints show up. So that sway bar down there is actually for the rear. It doesn't have a sway bar, so we're going to add one. But let's see, waiting on that part. I'm waiting on another part too. Oh, the clutch. Yeah, I'm waiting on the clutch too. So we're going to just let this beautiful orange-red car, depending on what light it's in, sit over here. And I got some of my fittings in to finish the air conditioning heater lines on Mr.E. It's coming together. Like, I'm gonna be having these sweep under the fender. I'm kind of mocking up possibly where the fuse box is going, but I also ordered a battery tray. I'm gonna set in here, put a mock battery in, and yeah, just try to make sure everything is happy with itself. So yeah, everything is hard mounted on the front end here with the dryer and condenser. I've got all of the hoses and things ready to make my coolant lines to the engine, and it's coming together. So I think I'm going to jump over here and, you know, do some more plumbing. And just, it's one thing at a time, you know? You wait for parts, so you do something else. And then you wait for parts over there, and then you come back because the parts came, and then you know how it is. So, all right, that's all I got for now. Until next time. I feel like this week is going to be one of those, you know, unsatisfying weeks because I didn't really reach an end of anything. You know, just tying a week neatly in a bow where you've completed work or a series of work, or, you know, magically rebuilt a whole car from the ground up in 20 minutes. You know, something satisfying like that. So unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your point of view, I live in actual time world that gets things done actually at the time they get done, or not. So let me bring you in on Mr. E, kind of show you what I've been up to, and then we'll kind of recap over there on the Roadrunner, and call it quits for the week. You get done what you get done. So, you know, life throws you lemonade and you got to drink it. Something like that. Okay, so as you can see, some things have changed here. And you're asking yourself, well, what? I don't see anything different. Okay, so one of the things that's changed is I disconnected my heater hoses because the battery tray came in. So I bolted that, test fitted up, and then just grabbed an old battery I had to set on it just to kind of get a sense of the space of things. and realized right away that these hoses were too long. They were like right up against it. So this AC hose and 2 heater hoses, I am not going to attach to the proper length until I get the fender on. Then I can kind of see how it flows, and also, you know, see how my wiring harness flows, and then where this will be the happiest kind of behind the battery in the fender, you know. But I think the fender is going to help me gain perspective on kind of how all this looks. Hopefully next week we'll see if that gets done. I've also mocked up my upper and lower radiator hoses, and I've got these shrink connectors on there, or clamps, but they're not shrunk. Everything's just kind of in place, because also when this fender goes on, this core support may move. Like, I don't know. I was doing some measurements, and right now this sits like 1 inch further this way than the side with the fender on. So yeah, that's going to change kind of the relationship of everything. So to get that on will be important. And then the intake that I've covered with tape, because I realized I was kind of marring it a little bit as I was fiddling with it. So I protected it with tape, and you can't see it on the bottom, but I'm working on the MAF sensor, kind of where it slides in there. I believe I'm going to have it, come on camera guy, right here. I'm going to have it come out the side. I'll just rotate this pipe. That way when you're standing in the front of the car with the hood up, you don't see it like sticking straight up or straight out the front. It's kind of hidden back here. So what else? I think that's kind of updates under the hood here. Walking over here. Well, it doesn't look any different, except for a larger pile of parts. I'm still waiting on the upper control arm ball joints. Thank you. Appreciate that. And I got the clutch in. I'm going to put a McLeod clutch on there. This particular one, made in the USA. Thank you very much. It's really hard to find things made in the USA these days. Which one is this? Street Pro Mopar. Yeah, so it's a Street Pro. I'm not going racy with it. This car is a street car, pretty stockish horsepower, at least under 400, you know, or, you know, once all the work gets done, maybe even around 400, but this clutch will handle it. I also got a rear main seal kit, just because I figure I'm going to have that flywheel off, and may as well do that. So the brakes are waiting on the ball joints, and then this I just didn't get to this week because it just showed up and I'm done. So it'll just have to get kind of pushed up the line. Down the line, I don't know. I wish I had something more exciting for you. You know, some sort of production. I guess I could end with like a musical number or something. A little song and dance. No, I don't do that. But I'm really glad that you're here. Again, I say it every time, but I really, really mean it. It's enjoyable for me to do this work, to share the experience of it, and any difficulties or challenges I might run into along the way. So, I mean, come on. We're working on old cars. What can be better than that? Well, let's not make a list. It's kind of a rhetorical question in the context of I'm in the shop here, okay? There's always a smart aleck. You know who you are. All right, well, I'm looking longingly back over there. I don't know if the camera guy's getting it or not, but there's just a black riv there that's really begging for some love. It's coming. It's coming. So, all right. Hope you guys had a good week, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Oh, hey, before you go, I forgot to tell you or update you. I don't know if you follow Cars Are People Too on Instagram or Facebook. If you're on those social media platforms, I basically just use them for work myself. I've just got, every once in a while, I'll do an update on Mr. F, the Factory 5 Cobra. It's in paint, it's in bodywork right now, and yeah, I just do the updates there. Hopefully soon we'll get that back, but till then, we'll just keep after it. So I just figured I'd give you a little update. So carry on.